Like you meet so many people, so many faces, so many hands you shake, so many people you speak to on a day-to-day basis. I don't know. I think it's how I manage to do so much. Is because I try not to. I obviously don't retain unimportant information. So, mate, and I don't mean this as an offensive thing to anyone. If I don't remember you, don't take it personally. I think it's just okay. Like that transaction of me talking to you for 30 seconds is done and it's gone. Now I need to focus on the next thing, or I need to focus on this. I need to focus on this. Maybe it's a level of that.
Yeah, I think there's two sides to it. I personally, I don't believe. I think memory is less about retention and more about attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Yeah. I think I could definitely be more attentive at things like that for sure.
I think most people like don't remember stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
There was this one time
Because you know that whole thing about the money. Like, have you heard the concept of I don't remember people's names? You say this on stage.
Hmm.
As soon as I meet you, you become bro, pal.
Yeah,
mate.
keep your name tag on.
Yeah, keep your name tag on. Most people, that rule applies to them.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I forget names. It's like, hey, George, you're going to meet 5 people in the next 5 minutes. If you remember all 5 names, I'm going to give you $1 million.
Yeah.
You're going to remember all 5 names.
100% you are.
Yeah.
100%.
Because all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm going to fucking focus now.
It was funny because I went to that leads into exactly what I was going to say. Next, I went to my son's orientation because he started a new school.
Mm.
And this was earlier in the year. And it was parents there, like people he was going to be in class with. So I thought, all right, I'm going to make a conscious effort to remember everyone's name that I meet. I don't know why I did it. I just thought, I'm going to make the conscious effort. We're going to be around these people every now and then. I'm going to try and remember them at the very least.
You want to be able to say, hey, Gary?
Yeah, exactly right. That's what I did. I went through and I was like, every time I shook someone's hand and like, hi, he's like, hey, I'm Travis. I'm like, Travis, is it? So I'd repeat it. Or I'd say, hey, Travis, nice to meet you. So I could consciously remember that name. And funny enough, one of the guys was Travis. So
shout out to Travis.
Shout out to Trav. Anyway, but it's funny because it also left an impact on them and they remembered me because I was engaging in the conversation. I was asking questions about them. And it was like, okay, there's a level here of us connecting and me remembering these people. And that's the one and only time I met that bloke and I still remember his name. And there were others there too. But yeah, I made that conscious effort. And I think more often than not, I don't make that conscious effort unless I need to. So yeah, I do believe, I think it's a very good skill. If you can remember and retain people's names and just things about them, I think that's a really powerful skill in the future, for sure.
Yeah, I also think you can't do it for everyone.
Yeah, exactly right.
I can remember, I remember particular things about particular people. That's like I can tell you the birthday of someone that I worked with at a call center 8 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
there you go.
Weird shit like that.
Something stuck about it.
Yeah. Just like
about that person, about that date.
Yeah,
something happened on their birthday.
Things, yeah, and I'll recall like that date. It's imprinted in my brain forever.
Yeah. Well, very sideways that conversation. We were talking about adversity. So to bring it back, have you been through times where it could have been, you could have gone one way or the other?
All the time.
Yeah. Do you want to share an example?
Yesterday.
Okay, go for it.
I walked into your office.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to share that story?
I could. Sure. Without
details. Without specifics, sorry.
Yeah. So.
And really cool story, by the way, because I think it's applicable to everyone.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people can relate to this, but I constantly feel like, I should be further along.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like always. And I saw a really cool post today by Andy Frisella that said, if you feel like you should always be further along than what you are, you're on the right path.
I like that.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And talk about timing.
But
yeah, I constantly feel like I'm further along. And then so many times I see, if you said to me, like, do you think you're a smart bloke? I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm smart. I constantly update my knowledge. I'm always learning new stuff. I have a really good way of critically thinking about things. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fucking idiot, put simply. I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I'm not an idiot.
And you're a practitioner. in the sense that you
I
put
do.
in the work.
Yes, I
You know,
do the do.
You work on Sundays. You work on late on a day. You're here early. So yes, there's that element of it as well.
Yeah,
I think that's important too.
that's another factor. Like, I feel like
Outwork people.
I feel like I work more,
Mhm.
and then I go and hear a story about someone who just made $500,000,
Mm.
and I'm like,
What the fuck?
how?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, full credit to the person who's winning, like full credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it just makes me think, like, what the fuck am I doing?
Mm.
Like, this person who, not that I'm better than anyone else, but if I had to choose who I thought was smarter, I would definitely say me. And
Yeah, if you were picking a team
Yeah,
and you had to pick yourself,
but the
one or the
scoreboard
other.
says otherwise.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm saying I'm the better player, but the scoreboard, they're beating me.
Mm.
If you take that as a scoreboard, which I think personally, in the world of business, money
There's
is a
level of that.
scoreboard.
Mhm.
It's a very, you're in business most of the time to make money.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's be really critical of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think you're not doing? Is there something that you're not doing then? Because we mentioned it the other day. I go, well, what? Okay, because this person was in a completely different field of
Field.
business.
Yeah.
And I said, well,
It's,
there's
it's not the first, like, it's not necessarily about this particular individual. Like, I've
no, it
had
was
it
that's right.
several different.
Yeah, it happens all the
Yeah.
time. Like you look at those certain things, and I've done the same thing, man. Like I'm over the hill. I'm fucked. I'm 40, right? And I still have this conversation with myself. But then it's like, people look at me and go, fuck.
Yeah.
I
know,
wish.
but
I wish I could be. I can't wait to be where you are one day. I'm like, okay, that's thank you. But is that like me? Like again, 5 years ago, if you looked at yourself and where you are today and what you're doing today, you know, be like, fuck, that'd be sick.
100%.
So there's a couple of things. A, do you just sort of bring it back down to reality and go, okay, there's a level of just always. Sorry, how's the saying go? Always grateful, never satisfied.
No.
Okay. So, yeah, is there something then that you're not doing?
Yeah. There has to be.
That's what I mean. Yeah, because I look at it too and I compare myself to say, somewhere in the country is the best builder making the most money, and it's not me. Do you know what I
Do
mean?
you think the best builder makes the most money?
No, not always. Yes, actually, good point.
Yeah.
But somewhere in the country, there's a builder making the most money.
Yes, yes.
The most.
And
Like he's number one.
Yeah.
And I'm not number one. And that annoys me. And I'm like, well, what's he like? I think I'm smarter. And again, I haven't met this person, whoever's at number one. I think I'm better. I think I'm smarter. I think I'll outwork them. I'm better at what I do. I teach other builders. Like, where's the break? Where's it go? Boom. You're now number one. What am I doing wrong? So clearly, again, I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, but then, so two things. One, I don't let myself go to the, but you know what? Like what? Shit, this. What was I doing yesterday when you were walking out?
Working.
No, what was I doing? Think about it carefully.
Oh, you're sitting there pondering.
Yeah, I'm sitting not at my
Not
desk,
at your desk,
at
away from
another
your
chair,
desk, on another chair,
staring at my desk.
looking at the desk.
Yeah,
You're ready,
trying to work out.
You're ready to fly kick it or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what I'm doing wrong. And I don't go into a place in that particular situation. Pain moves you.
Yeah. You weren't feeling sorry for yourself.
I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I was trying to sit in it so it bothers me enough to fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
Because you're either going to do something about it or not, right? And it has to be something you're doing. Like, especially in my case, like I sit there, like, it's got to be something I'm doing. And it's not I know people who've never read a book in their life and probably make more than me. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's not to say don't read books, but it's to say, okay, cool, that's not the thing that's going to, that's not the thing, you're spending time on the wrong action. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, cool, well, what's the right action? Because at the end of the day, the result's the result. How you get there is relevant. As long as you're not doing anything that's outside of your moral and ethical framework, the result's the result.
Yep.
And if someone's getting a result that you're not, they are clearly doing something you aren't.
Yeah.
Clearly.
It was funny. I saw this video yesterday and I was going to send it to you because, again, it was on the topic of what we were talking about yesterday. And it was saying how, this lady was on there and she's saying, this is what I do and this is how I make 6 figures a month. And she starts saying, she goes, just to clarify, she goes, I'm not selling you a course. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just telling you my story and what I've done to get out of where I was. you know, and now I'm the provider for my family and I do this and I do this. And she starts going off into I do ads for people. I do this. I've learned this from YouTube. I went and blah, 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 blah. And she started going down that path. I found that interesting. I was like, because the things she was saying, I said, well, okay, you're kind of doing now anyway. So what's the difference between what she's doing and what you're doing from a digital ad perspective? Because that's what she was primarily saying. She goes, I create ads for people, make them hundreds of thousands of dollars. And as a result, they pay me hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not just one person, multiple people.
Yep.
Per month. And she goes, like, this is a way I'm going to show you because you can go and do it too, but you just need to self-educate and do this and do this and do this. I should have probably sent it to you. But
what was her name?
I have no idea. I don't think she was an influencer of any sort. She was just telling her story, right, and how she did. She goes, I'm not selling you shit. I'm just here to tell you this is what I do. You can listen to me. You don't listen to me. I don't care. So I kind of liked the post from its rawness and say, I'm not selling. I'm just telling you.
Which is a sales strategy.
It could very well be, but she didn't have anything to sell.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
So she wasn't selling education.
No, she wasn't selling. She goes, I don't educate. Like, don't call me, don't DM me. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you what I do. Maybe it was like a rant because people keep saying, oh, life's hard. I can't make money. When she's like, I make 6 figures a month. And yeah, it was interesting to see that and then go, I don't think this woman knows something you don't. Or obviously she does, but I don't think her ability to do what you do is any different. So where's the break? Where's that difference that she's making 6 and you're at 1? Do you know what I mean? Where's that difference?
Yeah.
Where's that break? Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it a matter of, you know, they say that consistency, it feels like nothing's happening until everything happens.
You won't know until it does.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But, you know, you giving up or you not trying new things.
No, that's not, and you know, like pick answer multiple question, A, B, or C. It's none of that's not on the list. If you like that clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click just over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.